All right. Feels good. I feel like you got to get into
You gotta get into the zone.
your mindset, your speaking mindset, you know. I don't even brush my hair nowadays. I just wake up and, you know, so yeah. All right, that'll be a good clip. All right. How's it going, BFIT? Welcome back to episode 3 of our podcast, the BFIT Boys. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the long-term fitness goals survey that we put out at the beginning of June. We're going to be talking about some of the results and the things that Brad and Cody saw. And then we've talked about fitness a lot in the past couple episodes, so we're going to take a little fitness break after that for the second half of this pod and just talk about some life stuff. And I think we wanted to talk about Marvel movies, so yeah. That's what we're going to do. That's the intro.
That's what the people want to hear.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll have the mic most of the time.
All right. Cody, why don't you kick us off, brother, with the survey results?
All right. We'll start off with question number 1. What are your long-term goals when it comes to your fitness journey? And I put in parentheses, these are not mutually exclusive. Okay?
LGN Diet 1, right?
Unfortunately, that was not an option, but I think some people wrote that in.
Yes. Good job, Mike Holden and Kurt Miller.
So I'm not surprised by the results of the number 1. Number 1 of the 112 responses. Good job, guys. There was 40 of you who put overall health, in parentheses, how you feel day to day. Makes sense. Number 2 comes into aesthetic, how your body looks. 20. Number 3, strength, 19% with 19, so 1 less than aesthetic. And sorry, Jack, conditioning comes in number 4 with 3 votes.
I thought it was going to win.
Hey, you know what? Conditioning's the way.
There was several write-ins from that kind of talked about all of the above. Of course, we want all of the above. So, you know, we can't have it all. We don't have to have specific goals, but specific goals help you get where you're wanting to go.
Well, they have to give you some focus. I mean, I know for me, I'm a lot less likely to train train harder if I have nothing I'm working for. You know, having a comp or having like, just like a weight goal or like a clothing feeling goal, like helps me to be focused on what I'm doing. So those goals, I mean, really encourage you guys, if you didn't take the survey, go on and like get down, write down on a piece of paper, put it on the refrigerator, figure out a goal.
And your goals don't always have, and I would recommend they're not always the same.
Yeah.
Because if you have the same goal all the time, you're going to get stuck in a rut and you're going to get bored and you're going to eventually fall off the wagon.
My goal was not to eat all the chocolate chip cookies that Heidi made for Father's Day in 2 days this year. There's 3 left, and it's 4 days later, or 3 days later.
I think it would make quite the accomplishment if you would have ate all those. I'm kind of looking
It's
at you
a double.
as a failure
It was a
right
double
now.
batch. He just called me a failure.
Yeah, but no, talking about that, like, because, I'm someone who, I do like strength training a lot, and I do go through these seasons of the year where I will do a competition and I will do more conditioning per se, but that's not all the time. I go through phases where I'm doing conditioning, Metcons 2 times a week versus 4 or 5, which I think is great. I would recommend more people do that and focus more on the strength aspect.
Do you feel like your body feels better when you do that? Like during that maybe 12-week segment where you're not training for a comp, do you feel like your body kind of gets a little bit of almost just like a recovery phase?
Yeah, because I'm not doing so much high impact things. So you got to think about when it comes to strength training, you have the concentric phase, which is the, like the standing up of a squat. Okay, and you have the eccentric phase, which is the lowering down of a squat. Okay, in CrossFit, a lot of the movements we do, trying to go so fast, we don't ever get the eccentric. So we're just like hammering our body with the concentric, like a wall ball. We don't ever control down a wall ball. We don't ever control down a clean. Okay, we're just taking that down, and that's just our joints just receiving that over and over again. So I think it's good to cycle through those periods of where we're doing less of that and doing more of the, I don't want to call it bodybuilding, but more of the tempo training where we're using control and we're giving our joints a rest because our joints really like tempo stuff.
I was just saying, you talked to me about that just with my knee injuries and all the old man things I've had is just like slowing things down, like even getting some like pause squats in the bottom and then coming up. And that, I mean, I would definitely say those things, have helped my knee, have helped my, now with my elbow surgery. I definitely would agree with you on those things, even though I'm not a huge fan of the heavy strength training of trying to find a 500-pound deadlift or box squat. I think that those ideas are definitely beneficial as people are getting older.
Yeah, and if you're someone who doesn't do those very often, you're someone who's going to see the most results of it. Because a lot of times the best training program for you to do is the one you're not doing. Yeah. Because your body's used to doing whatever it's doing. So you switch that up and it's a new stimulus and your body's like, oh man, I have to adapt to this, and it's going to adapt or die. So it's going to adapt, and that's normally in a way, in strength training is a way of muscle growth, and that's where, varying rep ranges, varying tempos, all kinds of stuff like that.
So we're going to do a lot of bring Sally up, bring Sally down? Hey, that's a good tempo. Bring Sally up, bring Sally down.
Yeah, that was your idea, Brad. They can't crucify me whenever it comes on.
I mean, we do thunderstruck tempo burpees.
Hey, we did do that. We did that a couple Saturdays ago.
That's right.
So I think that kind of is kind of where I expected that to land, and I don't know exactly what that's going to look like going forward for our programming, but I think that can create some good conversations for us.
Yeah, definitely
going forward.
We'll get on the whiteboard and draw out some plans.
Yeah, and part of the reason why we're doing this is to let everybody know kind of why we might do things or what these results mean.
Yeah.
So, and I always kind of come back to, people always like to use the term toning. All right. The best way that you're going to tone your body is by building muscle, because that's how you're going to shape your body. All right, it's not by adding in more cardio, all right, because that's not going to elicit the same response to your body as strength training. But more important than all of that comes down to nutrition, which that's a topic for a different day. But just solely speaking, training-wise, strength training, I think, is the basis of, toning, sculpting your body per se.
So what my wife tells me all the time, if you can't tone it, tan it, that doesn't really count.
Hey, no, I think there's some merit behind that. I will think there's some merit behind that. So
that is Heidi's secret. She's like, hey, if you can't tone it, tan it. So
I'm not going to completely disagree with that. I'm not one to talk because y'all seen me with my shirt on. It's not, it's a blinding light. All right, so that doesn't happen as often, especially in the wintertime. Yeah. That doesn't happen often.
I just got the major farmer's tan. My kids make fun of me. What's our next question? What else did we see there that was fun to kind of discuss?
So we got kind of more into specific stuff. So movement-wise. So which strength training movement over the next 2 to 3 months do you want to improve most on? And we gave them kind of some options that we were doing at the time and will potentially look forward to doing. So we gave them the clean, snatch, deadlift, thruster, and single arm, single leg. Coming in first with 30 votes, 30%, was, surprisingly to me, was the snatch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I wonder if that, and I don't know if that's because we were doing it right at that time. You're like, man, I want to get really good at this.
Wow.
Which, that's, stay tuned for the end of the year, guys. We got a 3-month snatch cycle coming up to cap off the year. So
nice.
Yards across the board there.
I thought deadlift would take that one home by a mile.
No, man.
People love their deadlifts.
They do love their deadlifts. They do love their deadlifts, man. But
finesse.
So coming up in number 2 with 22 votes was the clean.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Coming in number 3, which I was kind of surprised here. Single arm, single leg.
Hey, I think they're listening to you, honestly.
I think people we're getting some traction.
I think so.
I think we're gaining some traction.
Well, Cody's educating the people.
I love it.
Well, and the fact that, we do a lot of that with our IDF clients, and I think people see,
I think when they do it, they realize, like,
oh, wow.
One side is way weaker than the other.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, and then I think if we communicate, like, hey, if you can bring up that one side, it's going to bring up the...
everything.
Yeah, as a whole.
Yep.
So... that one, I kind of caught me off guard, but I was proud. I was proud right there.
Yeah.
Number 4, with 13 votes, the deadlift.
I feel like a lot of people are already really good at that one. So,
But I mean, everybody likes doing what they are good at. So
Yeah,
that's
that is
I just don't like heavy deadlifts. You know, Matt Niels, when he had that comp 2 years ago at 816, that workout, we had to do 100 deadlifts for time at 225. I like that. Mooney and I, hey, we beat Alan Joyner.
Yeah.
I mean, we were pretty excited about that.
I mean, that's a fit dude that you beat out
Yeah,
there.
exactly,
so.
right? But,
he beat everybody twice this year at the comp.
I think we made him mad.
Yeah.
It's like we made the Mongo
Revenge.
mad. Yeah. But, I mean, I like deadlifts for reps, not deadlifts for heavyweight. It hurts.
I'm the complete opposite. I'll absolutely do them for weight and low reps versus
Much
high
rather
reps.
do sets of 5 to 8.
yeah.
Yes. Coming in, actually, so we had 11, and I kind of looked through it, and we got some bench press in there. Had like one overhead squat or one or two overhead squats.
Hey, you got to overhead squat to snatch. So,
Yep.
guys, get ready to overhead squat
I
and
just wanna
snatch balance.
Keep my strength. Not many like strict press or overhead strict strength, which I mean I get because I didn't put it on there. People probably don't think of that, but strict press is I will say probably third among in my Cody's list of important exercises. It will be with a barbell, I should say. It'll be a deadlift first. Okay, then it'll be a squat, and then it'll be a strict press.
All right, so if you want to know my top 3, all right, it would be donuts,
Cupcakes,
and then cookies.
And Chips Ahoy.
Chips
cookies
Ahoy
in
Oreo.
between Oreo. Yeah.
Yes, that is my top 3.
This is how much we talk
Hey,
There we go.
Double stuffed Oreo, take it open, put a Chips Ahoy chewy cookie in the middle, close it, and you have a slice of heaven you'll never forget.
And that's the content people want to hear. People don't want to hear me tell my 3 favorite exercises.
But I would say my 3 exercises, I definitely would say snatch, clean, and I would say probably back squat would probably be my 3rd. I don't like getting super heavy, but I love snatching and cleaning.
You think they want to hear a debate on here?
Sure, you know what, Jack? Can you put a timer on the video? I'm gonna give him one response. He's got 20. You got 1 minute. Go.
1 minute?
1 minute. Go.
Okay, so I'm gonna weigh the risk reward and how much it takes for someone to master the technique of a snatch and a clean to elicit the desired results versus the technique and the ability it takes for a squat and a deadlift. It takes a whole lot less ability to do a squat or a deadlift. Now, it does take still some technique, but it takes a whole lot less, and there's a lot less risk involved.
How much has he got left?
That was about 30 seconds.
About
Go
30
ahead.
seconds.
Go ahead. I'm here.
All right, here's my rebuttal.
That's all I needed.
I get it 100% what you're saying, but I think it is fun to give people wins. Like, hey, the first time somebody gets a snatch and they feel themselves dropping on that bar and they're like, whoa, I felt it. Like my hips moved the bar up. I got under that bar and I stood that thing up. Like, I think that's just so exciting to see that excitement in their eyes. And the same with the clean is when, somebody feels that hip move that bar and they catch underneath them and they're like, oh, that was easy. And I'm like, yes. So I like to see them, like that light bulb go off on something that's really hard and that they're working on. And I agree, it does take a while to master that snatch and to master that clean. I mean, I'm still working on it, but I just think it's so cool when their eyes light up and they get that aha moment.
I agree. And since I still have 30 seconds
That's
left for my response.
That's a minute for Brad. So
I still have 30 seconds for my rebuttal.
Oh, yeah. It took Cody 30 seconds.
He's got 30 more seconds.
I get that 100%, and it's fun to see that. And I will pose the question to them, you, whoever. It's fun to get that short-term yes, but it's more fun to get the long-term results that you're looking for in the long-term goal. Now, if someone's goal is sole goal is to get better at the snatch and clean, yes, you're right. But all intents and purposes of strength and everything.
I'm a CrossFitter. I
Depth
want to
of squat.
snatch and clean. I'm a CrossFitter. I want to snatch and clean. I'm a CrossFitter. I want to snatch and clean.
Okay.
You guys are driving each other mad, man.
I love this. You worked here for now 5 years, and this is
No, we're
year 6. Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
6
somewhere in
years
there.
of this.
Damn.
It's so much fun.
That's great.
All right.
All right, so far, question 1: most people come to the gym to just keep their overall health,
Which
good.
I think supports my argument for the squat and deadlift. So
yeah,
But they got to keep coming back because they win.
they don't
That's
come for the
true.
fun.
That's true.
They come for
It's-
the overall
it's
health.
fun.
And
Hey.
then 2, snatch was the
Yeah,
most wanted
yeah.
movement to
And-
learn.
Hey, can I give you a compliment real quick, though?
sure.
I
You know
was-
how much I love those.
I know. I would actually give you a compliment this morning on your. It's Tuesday, June 20th. We're doing this, right? Yeah. I want to give you a compliment on your coaching this morning on squat cleans. I was very impressed. I felt like what you communicated was really good, and you never told him to ride the bar down at 6 a.m. And I was like, oh, he coached like me.
Have you ever heard me say ride the bar down to the class?
You and I have talked about it. I guess I
Yeah.
just assumed that that's what you say in class. Well, hey, I was really impressed with your coaching this morning. So
Thank
good
you.
job.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
that's also a continued debate if you've been a part of those conversations.
Yeah. You'll have to pull us aside for that one.
Yeah.
What, just how to coach or
No, just
technique.
cues.
Yeah,
Cues,
certain
cues.
aspects
Yeah,
of lifts.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We can touch on these other ones real quick.
Can you believe that
So,
we would disagree on something like that?
Oh, 100. Yeah. No, never
Right.
seen it.
which gymnastics movement over the next 2 to 3 months do you want to improve? And I did kind of know going in that obviously people are going to want to answer more than one, but I wanted you to answer the most important one to you. So, coming in at number 1, kipping pull-ups and chest to bars, which I feel like we've been working towards that. We spent 2 or 3 months on working towards strict pull-ups and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we'll keep working on that.
Those are in a lot of workouts, or just like the stuff before too.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
3 or 4 times a week.
Number 2, we have coming in at, so that was 34. Coming in at 15 for each of these. We have toes to bar and bar/ring muscle ups.
Wow.
I will give you this: the strength aspect of strict pull-ups. Since I've hurt my elbow, and I've, with those bone spurs, it had nothing to do with how I was training before. But I will say that I'm very happy with the amount of strict pull-ups I've been doing and my ability to do ring muscle-ups again already. I did not think I would be back doing them until September,
Yeah.
and I was able to do them. So I will say that those strict pull-ups have been huge in doing ring muscle-ups.
Yeah.
So,
So
and I'm going to keep working on that strict chest to bar.
I like it. You and Mike Holden.
Yeah.
You and Mike Holden.
Man,
How's
that's
Mikey
hard.
always make his way into these podcasts? My goodness.
Hey, we also want to put a plug in for H&B Bank. That's where Mike works. And Bank Southern. That's where Trish works.
They're not sponsoring the podcast.
They're not
As
sponsoring
much
the
as we wish they were.
Yeah, exactly,
you know,
right?
So.
Yeah, and then
Mike
Brian
too.
Brown works at a bank somewhere in Kansas City that Will Shields is a part of, and then also Brad Campbell's a banker. Any other bankers I'm missing out on?
Wow.
Brad, I don't know what bank you work for. Sorry, bro.
Man,
but I know
If you're a banker, just let us know.
Yeah, let
we
us know.
like
Let us know.
bankers.
Yeah, we like
them.
bankers.
Cool,
You know.
cool bankers lift,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Next on the list, 13 votes, GHD sit-ups.
Those are pretty simple.
Yeah.
We can help on those
Yeah,
pretty
there's
quick.
progression, easy.
Yeah.
The progressions of those are, I don't want to call them easier, but they're much more manageable.
I think they're easier to they're simpler to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then we got box jumps / box jump overs coming in at 8. Handstand push-ups coming in at 5. Pistol squats coming in at 4. And other was 6 of them.
Nice.
Pretty good spread there. All right. Monostructural. Which one would you like to prove on over the next 2 to 3 months?
Oh boy, here we go.
Coming in at number 1 with 40 would be double unders and single unders.
Yeah.
I bet most of those are double unders.
And in September, I will be hosting a seminar. So mark your calendars. A hour-long seminar in September for double unders.
Yep. Then
It's just gonna be whoever can double under the
For an
longest
hour.
to no breaking. Yeah,
That's right.
they win a
That's right.
prize. That's the
Hey,
symbol,
I'm gonna, you know
right?
that, hey, I'm gonna bring her up, and Jack, maybe you can like throw a little clip of her up on Instagram. The jump rope girl.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
seen her. Yeah.
I like
The
Heidi.
speed rope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heidi and I watch her new videos all the time. It's like,
Yeah. Because
I mean-
she's doing it like to the beat and everything.
yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we like get her like thrown up here? Like, can you do that?
Yeah. Oh,
Picture,
for
picture.
sure.
Clip.
Yep.
Sweet. Maybe like tag her in this because hey, my wife and I are impressed.
All right.
Coming in number 2. Jackie Boy's going to like this with 30 votes. Running.
Which is a
Running
single
at
leg.
number 2?
Running at number 2.
Which is a
Wow.
single leg exercise.
Yeah, and people underestimate people a lot of times thinks like, oh, I'm just gonna go run. I'm just gonna go run. People underestimate that there is like a technique involved with
Yes.
running.
Yes.
And now it is something, we spend a lot of time on, on our feet or whatever, but just going and picking up like, oh, I'm just gonna start pick up running. That's when a lot of people tend to
Get injured.
Yes, they're like 2 weeks later, like, my knee's starting to bug me, my hip. It's like, well, did you just start running 2 miles a day or 10 miles a week all of a sudden? What were you doing before that?
Yeah.
Nothing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Unless you're my brother-in-law who's.
Well, TK doesn't count. TK's
So-
just another
H
breed.
did 14er.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So you know how that all started, though, right? He's like,
oh, yeah,
Matt,
yeah.
and, Matt
The
and
kids
Taylor
and-
were like, no, that Matt and Taylor like, hey, we're gonna run a half marathon or a full marathon.
Yeah, the marathon.
And Blair and Brittany were like,
No, you're
no,
not.
you're not.
Yeah.
Challenge
And
accepted.
then he just went out and ran 14.
I don't know about Matt. I think Taylor's almost there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's impressive.
He's
Dude,
a freak.
I have terrible running form. Like, it really sucks because, like, I have very short legs. So
Yeah.
I know I have really bad form. Just, like,
There's
only
a lot of
thing
factors that go into it.
there
People don't
is.
think
It's
that.
like,
Because you got to have a certain flexibility on your foot so you don't land flat-footed. And you got to be able to, like, let your hip go behind your body. All of these are covered in our, new person assessments. So.
yeah. But, like, running is, like, something that your biomechanics can, like, almost, like, correct itself if you
Yeah.
do it for an extended amount
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah, that's yeah.
For me, the most important thing is just, like, knowing what muscles I have to stretch beforehand. Like,
Or warm up, like to get
warm
your
up.
hamstrings firing and everything like that.
because you see, like, we were talking about single leg stuff. Like, I started coming to BFIT because, like, I had a tweak in, like, one of my shins, like one of these smaller muscles under here. And, like, it had bugged me before, like, in college and stuff, too. And so, like, I just didn't run for a couple months. And I was like, oh, I still got to work out. So I started coming here. And then, like, ever since coming here, all the strength training and just, like, single stuff. And even just, like, squats and deadlifts, like, helping with the strength that you talk about. Like, I haven't, like, felt anything here since. So it's like, I thought lifting and strength was going to, like, slow me down a lot, but it's actually made me faster, even though I weigh more now.
Yeah.
Like, I weigh, like, 20 pounds more.
You got more mass,
And
so
I'm
you got more
able
muscle
to
propel your body.
go, I'm able to go, like, 15, 30 seconds
Dang,
per mile faster.
You're getting jacked, Jack.
I'm trying, bro.
Bro.
Like that 250 grams of protein.
Someone's got to
That's
save
right.
St. Joe, man.
Man, you and Austin Evans at Fit Republic.
Who's going to carry the boats, Jack?
Yeah.
Who's going to carry
I
the
am.
boats?
I can't finish a sentence.
I don't know what that's. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Coming in next, 14 votes, the skier. Which I get, that can be kind of awkward sometimes.
It can.
It can be kind of awkward.
Yeah, it's very repetitive. You're just, all right, my back's tired now.
It can feel kind of jerky if you're not, or it can use your blow out your
Especially
arms.
if you're
a
on
lot.
the short one, bro.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't go down all the way.
It
Yeah,
stops.
but also you don't really need to pull that far down either.
That thing, that's the only one we had for a long time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
we bought those 2
Until
years
less
ago.
than 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years in like October,
We
something
only
like that.
had,
Oh,
we
wow.
only had one ski erg.
Dang.
Yeah, we bought those early for Anthony, remember?
Yep.
Right.
And then we have tied at 8, rower and echo bike. And I think no one just wants to learn how to bike.
No
Yeah.
one wants
And
to
everybody's
bike.
like, I know how to row. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one wants to bike.
I hate the bike,
Yeah.
Hate the bike, love the bike.
Yeah. So
Nice.
those are results from
Yeah.
the fitness portion of things. We won't go into the other things. We'll discuss that amongst staff and what we can do better.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
You
always
guys.
we really appreciate the survey. We appreciate you guys just taking that time. Also, we appreciate the constructive criticism that you guys give us. And we actually do look at that and talk about how do we kind of triage what is most important when you guys tell us improvements we need to make. Just a couple examples, one of the very first surveys we gave out was people asked for a water fountain. You know what I mean? And I know that's such a silly little thing, but the bottle fill, that was the first thing we got. You know what I mean? From that survey, it's hey, people want a bottle fill.
That was one of my first tasks to help you with as an intern.
That's right, it was.
Yep, January 2018.
Yep. Wow. And so that was it. That's the first thing we bought. You guys asked for more GHDs. We've tried to fulfill that. You asked for, different things.
Soft boxes.
They're
on the brown boxes are on their way out.
Yes.
By the time this podcast comes out, hopefully they're gone out of the gym.
Hopefully in the next 48 hours they are gone. But we really do take that, and we really appreciate you guys just being honest, but also patient with us things do, as you guys all know, cost a lot of money, and so we try to triage and decide what we feel like needs to be done initially for first. So, thank you.
Yeah, nice. I was going to say something, but I forgot.
I think it's
I've been asking for an American Ninja Warrior corner, dude. When are we going to get a salmon ladder? Some stuff that we can swing on.
You come to TK's house, he's got one between two trees.
I heard about that. Really?
Yeah, we've got a American Ninja Warrior course.
Second thing, have you seen those super expensive cold tubs that influencers have?
Bro, we got an ice bath. We got an ice machine getting ready to get hooked up.
Four
cold tubs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so trash cans full of water.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought you just bought it so we could have ice for.
No,
well, it's that too.
That too, but we're gonna fill it up with trash cans.
We make sure we get an insulated one that's gonna stay cool.
I did trash cans in high school. It feels
But
good
for one person. But then,
yeah, the body heat just runs it out though.
That's what I'm saying. We get one that's insulated.
Can you buy an insulated trash can?
I don't know.
We can make one.
We can make it, wrap it with insulation. I don't know.
Yeah, just tell our interns to figure it out.
Yeah. Figure it out, Bailey and Ember.
Okay, so to sum up, most people come to BFIT to improve their overall health. The strength movement that the majority of people want to improve on is snatches. What was the next question?
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics movement was
pull-ups and chest to bars.
Pull-ups and chest to bars. And fourth monostructural movement was single and double unders. So cool. Those were the winners of each section.
Wasn't that a open workout? Snatched.
Snatch, chest bar, and double unders.
Yeah. There was a snatch and a chest to bar one in 17.
It was 18.
It was 18?
It was my first open.
Okay.
It was a 7-minute AMRAP, I think, or something. Maybe it was 17.
Because it had an ascending weight and snatches.
That was before me. Yeah, that was before me. Yep.
That was a fun workout.
Because 18 was thrusters and chest to bar.
I felt really bad. I kind of told Jess to Stewart when she was taking pictures, get out of the way. Heidi's like, why were you so mean? I'm like, I'm sorry, Jess. I don't know if she remembers that or not.
I'm sure Matt McDonald still remembers when you ripped him a new one.
Probably. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm a bad person.
You guys have so much bad blood.
Yeah.
You need to get out of the Joe. Y'all been around too long. All right, so that concludes our survey. We're at 30 minutes here, so I don't know if we wanted to Marvel movies or just movies in general, do some life stuff. I don't know.
Sure.
Dude, I like the bus.